Hey, George. I haven't talked to you in a while, man. What's up? And I saw Mr. Von Allen on there. I'll have him on. I'll be talking about the Patriots later. So stay with me. I'm talking about our Pats. All right, guys. So I've talked about the death of the young athletes, and I talked about the Open Championship. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of an update on the USF Bulls. Guys, I had the privilege last year of being a press credential writer for iRock Media to go to the USF games, and I had an absolute blast. And I'm hoping I can get him again this year. I'm going to Fan Fest next Saturday. I'm sorry, Saturday the 10th, excuse me. August 10th, I'll be at their Fan Fest in Tampa at the Yingling Center. I've never been to the Yingling Center, so I'm really excited about that. And then I'll be going to roller derby, and I'll be talking about roller derby that Thursday on my show. But guys, kind of an update on USF. I wanted to talk about Blake Barnett and Terrence Horne. I saw an article the other day about these two guys. Blake Barnett's coming back, guys, from a shoulder injury. It probably will be the starting quarterback this year coming up. He was last year. Did a great job until he got hurt. To me, what USF has to do this year is they have to get over what happened a year ago. If you guys don't know what happened a year ago, they set an NCAA record for winning their first 7 games and losing the final 6. So that is not good. That's not a good record to have. So coming up, they're gonna have to should be able to shake that, and we'll see. Yes, correct. He did look good. Yes, Adam, he did look good before he went down. So he'll be coming back. He's coming off a shoulder injury. He again is a mobile quarterback, so look for them. Kerwin Bell is going to have an explosive offense. I got to see some portions of it at the spring game this year. Again, they're not going to show anything that they're going to show during the season. They'll just show you bits and pieces of it. But I mean, outside of that, they're not going to give anything away. So again, but he looked pretty good in the spring game. The other guy I wanted to talk to you guys about is Terrence Horne, and I was at the Georgia Tech game last year. It was their second game of the season. He had 2 kickoff returns for 90-plus yards and set an NCAA record that day because he had a third kick return that he was tackled short of a touchdown. But they couldn't stop him in that game. I'll be honest with you, they cannot stop him in that game. And he's coming off an ACL injury, so I don't know how good he'll be, if he'll be able to get back to where he was at. Will he trust the knee? That's going to be interesting down the stretch. We'll have to wait and see what happens moving forward. But just wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit of an update on that. Is those guys get ready? As the first game, guys, is 35 days away. Hey, Edith, how you doing? 35 days away from the start of the season. Mark it on your calendars, guys. August 30th, Raymond James Stadium, 7 p.m., Wisconsin. I hope to be in the booth there. It will be awesome to see them play Wisconsin this upcoming year. But I was going, so that's kind of a little bit of a USF update. As we get closer to the season, I'm going to go ahead and do that as well and try to update. If anything breaks or anything like that, I'm going to talk about USF and talk a little bit about the Florida Gators too, because again, they're playing August 24th, so their game is less than a month away. Less than a month away, you'll see the Gators and the Hurricanes in Orlando on August 24th. So we're 29 days away. Right around the corner, guys. Football season is right around the corner. Gotta love it. If you're a football fan, you gotta love it. It's right around the corner. And that leads me, guys, into my next topic. I'm going to talk about the kind of questions coming into the training camp for both the Bucs and the New England Patriots. I'm going to start with the Bucs. I talked a little bit about it with Kevin just a few minutes ago. But the number one topic, the 5 storylines to watch, this article I printed out, give you the author because I want to make sure that this person gets the credit, that it was by Scott Smith. Was the article that I pulled off the web here, guys. And I'm an old school guy. I have paper here. You can see I'm not reading this off a computer screen. I'm old school. I like to have the paper in front of me. So I'm a digital podcaster, but I like to have my paper in front of me. So I can be like Jim Rome and I can crumble it up and throw it across the room if something happens. But again, the first thing obviously is Bruce Arians, new coach. He's going to bring a different aspect, as Kevin said earlier. He's going to bring a different aspect to camp this year for the Bucs. Thanks, Adam. Yes, good old-fashioned copy. He's going to bring a different aspect to the Bucs this year that we have not, seen for a while. Again, he was talking earlier about Jameis. If there's anyone that can help Jameis Winston get to that second contract, guys, it's Bruce Arians. So, I mean, hands down, it's a new camp, new head coaches. You're going to see Todd Bowles running the defense, Byron Leftwich running the offense, and so on and so forth. A new coaching staff. Again, they have 3 African-American coordinators, and they have 2 full-time female coaches. So Bruce has got it all on lock, man. He's got it locked, man. The second story about the Bucs going into is, of course, what I was just talking about, the second-year quarterback. You're right. Yes, now they do need a culture shift, and I think they've got one going on right now. The second topic is Ronald Jones. Again, he is the second-year running back out of USC. He was a second-round pick, and guys, last year he looked scared. I mean, like he didn't know what he was doing. So the interesting part this year is, can he help Peyton Barber out again? I don't know if you guys just heard the conversation I had with Kevin. How cool would it be if Shady McCoy, Sean McCoy came here, if the Bills cut him? How cool would that be for him to come here? For Buccaneer fans out there, how cool would that be to have Shady McCoy here? But Ronald Jones will have to, get back into it. Maybe Byron Leftwich along with helping Jameis. Again, anything that the Bucs can do to help take the pressure off of Jameis Winston, the better off they'll be. And Ronald Jones, if he steps up, they got Peyton Barber. Again, they have, Mike Evans is one of the best wide receivers in the game. Chris Godwin is another one who's an up-and-comer. They have Bashan Perriman, who they picked up. He's that. And they got O.J. Howard and Cameron Brate. They got plenty of weapons on the offense. So, I mean, guys, they just, they've got the weapons. And if Ronald Jones can, come out of his shell, that will be great. Again, the third thing that he mentioned in his article was, again, turning the corner, meaning how will the Bucs secondary look? That's the big question. Jason Pierre-Paul is not ready till October with his neck injury from his car accident. But how will that secondary look this year? Justin Evans, I think, is going to miss some time. They had a cornerback that's going to miss the first 4 games for a PEDs. So, I mean, it's not looking good. So they have to somehow scheme their way for the secondary. They got, Vernon Hargreaves from the University of Florida. He's in his 5th year, guys. This is it for him too. Will he get to that big second contract? Is the question, that people have is, can he get to that next contract? So that's the biggest question I think on defense, guys, is you have turning the corner with the cornerbacks, and then you also have, there's something else about the defense too as well. And again, as we talked about it earlier, let's see what the other one was. Yeah, the edge rush rotation, guys, was one of them that he brought up. Again, if you have a Dominic Sue, he's not an edge rusher. They're going to have, and with Jason Pierre-Paul injured, Carl Nassib is going to be the guy, guys. He's going to have to fill in. Noah Spence is going to have to step up. Shaquille Bartlett's going to have to step up. They're going to have to fill that void because, again, they're going to have to fill the void because they have to bring pressure. The Bucs have struggled with that the past few years. They've struggled with edge rushing and sacking the quarterback, and if the quarterback can sit back there all day, it's going to be nightmarish, especially Drew Brees, Matt Ryan, and, those guys, come on, man. And, you can't leave those guys back there, and Cam Newton as well. You can't leave those guys back there because they'll eat you for breakfast, and they can run. Not so much Drew Brees, but Matt Ryan's they're all great passers. Newton's a thing, and that's it, man. I mean that's it. And again, guys, this is a very crucial season for quarterback Jameis Winston. Again, guys, if you didn't hear, I believe if he has a decent season, they're going to bring him back. Yeah, well, can they get? Yeah, well, I think they can, Adam. I really do think that they can because I think Bruce Arians and Byron Leftwich are going to get him to play with some more control this year than he has in the past. If he has a decent season, I don't see them having any issues with bringing him back for a second contract and him being a Buccaneer for a long time to come. But again, it depends on this year. I mean, it really honestly is going to depend on how he comes out. If he comes out looking like great, then great, but he's going to have to keep that up all season because if he doesn't, it's going to be hard. It honestly is going to be rough if he's not able to keep it up. And their backup quarterback that they drafted, Nick Fitzgerald, got hurt his hamstring playing volleyball, guys. Hurt his hamstring playing volleyball. Take a note on that. Money is going to, and that's going to come down to it too at the end of the day. It seems to be an issue with a lot of sports now is money is the issue. So, guys, that's it for the Bucs. You got that going on. So we'll move on now, guys. There's a lot of us on here. I know Adam's a Patriot fan as much as I am, and I don't know if Von Allen is still on there or not. But there were 10. I got an article talking about the Patriots and what their 10 questions coming into the season. This is an article by Zach Cox, COX, that was written. But here is, they go 10-6, and he goes, yes, I agree. If he can put up those kind of stats, absolutely. I agree with you on that one. For the Patriots, again, I think that the biggest question, guys, is replacing Gronk. As we all know, as a Patriots fans, that's the tough thing is how are they going to replace Gronkowski? They have to fill the voids left by Trey Flowers, Trent Brown, and Rob Gronkowski. They have Matt Lacrosse, Ryan Izzo, Steven Anderson, and undrafted rookie Andrew Beck. They do have Ben Watson, but he'll be suspended, guys, for the first four games for violating PED rules. It's going to be interesting to see because that's going to be a huge void in that offense because that was one of Brady's main weapons was Gronk. And yes, correct. So that's going to be interesting to see how they're going to replace him this year because that's a big question, guys. That's a big question. So we'll have to wait and see. Again, it's Brady has weapons. We got Sony Michel. We got James White. So I think we're okay there. The next one, guys, is N'Keal Harry, who we drafted 32nd overall in the first round. The kid had a 32nd overall pick at Arizona State. He will definitely join Julian Edelman, Demaryius Thomas, who again is coming off of an injury. So they said that he should see plenty of reps early on in his NFL career. The cool thing is we'll have to see what Edelman, Harry, and special teams got. Matthew Slater, guys, there's a big guy. No one ever talks about Matthew Slater, that special teams guy that the Patriots have who's been here for a long time. They have Philip Dorsett coming back, Maurice Harris as well. So they have Dorsett, Harris, Braxton Berrios, Dante Edelman, DeMan Patterson, and undrafted rookies, Jacoby Myers, Ryan Davis, Gunnar Olszewski. So there's going to be a bunch of yes, I did see Edelman hurt his hand. I did hear about that. Yeah, I did hear about that. So that's not good news either. So they have, and of course, we all are waiting to hear on Josh Gordon. Will Gordon be back? Is the question that we all have to see. Is he back? We'll have to wait and see on that one. The third thing that he mentioned, that Mr. Cox mentioned,